Damn, what's up, everybody? It's been a minute. It's been a minute, man. Yeah, I just want to remind everybody tonight at 5 p.m., we're going to have a tribute to Coach Arthur Bell, a legendary coach in Rhode Island. I think Middletown was blessed to have him for 9 or 10 years as an Islander head coach, brought them to a pair of undefeated seasons, coached at Portsmouth, under John Topper over at Rogers, for a long time, who with 3 consecutive Class A championships working with John Topper, from like 2010, 2011 to 2019. Middletown under Coach Arthur Bell went 51-27. So salute to Coach Arthur Bell. But I asked some coaches this week to actually do some tribute videos. I asked a lot of coaches to do it, but for whatever reason, it is what it is. But yeah, we asked some coaches to. I'm just trying to get right over here. Let me get this out of here. So I'm just going to show you a couple of the clips that we have, from some of the great coaches around the state.
Take a moment to send my condolences to Coach Art Bell's family, his former teammates, and most importantly, his student athletes that he cared so deeply about. Coach Bell was a great guy. I got to know him a little bit over the last few years. Hall of Fame, legendary coach at Rhode Island. Multiple successful campaigns in different places from Middletown to Salve. I know some people really well that coach with Coach Bell, and they always raved about him as a person, his work ethic, just a great guy to be around. I got to know him a little bit over the years, and I know he cared a lot about his student athletes. He cared about winning, and he was very passionate about the game of football. He will be sorely missed. I consider him a colleague, a friend, a mentor. Always was successful no matter where he coached, at multiple stops in high school and college. Just a living legend in Rhode Island. So my condolences to his family, the communities that are impacted by his loss, and he was a great one in Rhode Island, a Hall of Fame coach.
Well, thank you, Keith Croft. Salute to Keith Croft. He was one of the first coaches to send in. Keith Croft was one of the first coaches to send in the tribute video. We have a couple others, and we're going to play them at 5 p.m. as well. But salute to Coach Arthur Bell. I remember Coach Bell in Middletown. I think it was like 2011, 2012 to like 2014, during which Middletown only lost like 4 games they had lost. What a program they have had. They had some playoff appearances between the 2 championships in Division III, around that time. And if you were watching, high school football in Rhode Island around 2012 and 2014, you remember Middletown was a team to be messed with. You did not want to mess with a program like Middletown at that point. Current Middletown coach Matt Kessler, and I spelled his name wrong. Matt Kessler is going to be on the show tonight at 5 p.m. He played under Bell at Salve Regina. And speaking of Salve Regina, how is Coach Arthur Bell not in the Hall of Fame? In my opinion, the second best coach. I mean, you could even put him up there with Coach Cohen as being one of the top coaches at Salve Regina. 5 championship rings. We're going to talk about all this at 5 o'clock, but I wanted to play another coach's tribute.
On behalf of the Pilgrim football team, we would like to send our deepest condolences to the family of legendary Middletown head football coach Art Bell and the entire Islanders football community.
So shout out to Coach Blizzy Blake over there at Pilgrim. Some coaches were so fast to send in tribute videos. I asked a lot of coaches, and I just don't understand it, how I didn't really get a big turnout in in condolence videos for Coach Bell. But even when Coach Bell stepped away, he definitely kept his eyes on Islander football. I never met Coach Bell, but I know when he did step away, I was just like, and I said it on several streams, that I was just amazed how a lot of people, my opinion, I thought that they forgot about Coach Bell because we didn't hear his name in conversations, but yeah, after reading everything about Coach Bell, seeing what he's done for Rhode Island high school football, it's hard to put another coach above Coach Bell who have done more for Rhode Island high school football. Came in Salve under, Salve Hall of Fame coach Tim Cohen and Salve Regina. I would say, I don't know why Coach Bell is not in the Salve Hall of Fame. 5 championship rings between being defensive coach and then head coach around the 2000 era. And Salve basically wrote the blueprint. A lot of stuff that UMass Dartmouth is doing today. Salute to UMass Dartmouth up there, recruiting hard, recruiting Rhode Island football hard. They've been averaging 25 to 32 players every year. So shout out to everything that McCormick is doing over there, and I want to bring you another coach's tribute.
I just wanted to take a quick moment to wish our deepest condolences to the Bell family, to all of Aquidneck Island, to all of the Rhode Island football community. On behalf of North Smithfield and our football program, we want to express our deepest condolences for the loss of Coach Bell. While I didn't personally know Coach Bell, the stories that you hear and the legacy that he's left behind certainly impact us all. So again, on behalf of the Northmen and North Smithfield football, we'd like to express our deepest condolences to all that Coach Bell touched. We're here in North Smithfield. We're with you guys, and again, so sorry for everybody's loss. Thank you.
So big shout out to Coach Keith Croft for his video. Coach
On
Blizzy
behalf
Blake.
of the Pilgrim football team, we would like to send our deepest condolences to the family of legendary Middletown head football coach Art Bell and the entire Islanders football community.
Shout out to Blizzy Blake for sending in his tribute video. Yeah, so we're gonna talk more about this at 5:00. We're gonna have Coach Matt Kessler on, and hopefully more people from the Middletown football community. I'm hoping to have another guest on, but he's busy coaching college football today. Maybe Coach Ryan McCormick is going to be able to join us after practice today. Shout out to everything going on up there at Dartmouth. UMass Dartmouth. Corsairs, what they have going on for Rhode Island football. And all the Rhode Island kids, man. How about Denson up there? Michigan. Top 5. We're doing some great things, Quiddy Pay up there in the NFL, Xavier Trust in Georgia, and a lot of other kids that are doing great things, to really promote Rhode Island high school football. But Coach Bell, man, I can't wait to talk about him, what he did at Salve, taking over the reins in 2000 at Salve Regina. But like I said, I did not know Coach Bell, but I heard enough about this man to know that he was great for Rhode Island high school football. He did a lot of great things over, 3-4 decades. The mark that he left on the sideline of schools across Rhode Island, Portsmouth Abbey, Portsmouth High School, Rogers, Salve, Bryant, and then bringing it back home to Middletown, where he coached until he could no longer coach anymore, and he had to dedicate his strength to his illness, man. But a lot of people know that Coach Bell, especially over there on that island, his kids, his friends, his family, his parents, his children, Kyle, Kesley Bell, his son-in-law, Paul Bannon, Lisa Bell, his sister, shout out to his wife, Miss Leslie, his grandchildren. I think the baby's name is Madison Bannon. And any donations they're saying can be made in Arthur's name. And I will put up on Three Angels Fund or Hillside Charitable Organization. But Coach Bell definitely fought for 5 years. And at the end, it took him, but not before he was able to be a legend in Rhode Island high school football. But we're going to talk all about this at 5:00.
Take a moment to send my condolences to Coach Art Bell's family, his former teammates, and most importantly, his student athletes that he cared so deeply about. Coach Bell was a great guy. I got to know him a little bit over the last few years. Hall of Fame, legendary coach at Rhode Island. Multiple successful campaigns in different places from Middletown to Salve. I know some people really well that coach with Coach Bell, and they always raved about him as a person, his work ethic, just a great guy to be around. I got to know him a little bit over the years, and I know he cared a lot about his student athletes. He cared about winning, and he was very passionate about the game of football. He will be sorely missed. I consider him a colleague, a friend, a mentor. Always was successful no matter where he coached at multiple stops in high school and college. Just a living legend in Rhode Island. So my condolences to his family, the communities that are impacted by his loss, and he was a great one in Rhode Island, a Hall of Fame coach.
Absolutely, man. So salute to Keith Croft, Bishop Hendricken. Thank you, Pilgrim, Blizzy Blake, North Smithfield over there with their new athletic director over at North Smithfield. We got to talk about that this week. They had like 3 athletic directors in the last couple of years. Salute to my guys over there at North Smithfield. You know, I want to see what West Warwick's doing this season. I'm going to be keeping my eye on Pilgrim. I like what Blake has done with the scheduling. Westerly, you know, a lot of these teams with the point system in the playoffs, you know, they're playing up. They're playing the number game. And I noticed Pilgrim's playing the number game. Westerly's going to play the number game, because if you beat teams that are higher ranking than you or are in a higher division than you, if you beat them teams, you actually get more points. And, you know, there could be teams that could finish with a better regular season schedule than you. You know, there could be programs out there that finish with a worse schedule, but they played better opponents and they beat better opponents, and them teams will go to the playoffs above you. So, you know, and this season, like in Division I, every team is going to make the playoffs. Just about every damn team out there will make the playoffs. So that is crazy by itself. You know, and then we have Division II, Coventry coming down to Division II. What a tough schedule Coventry has, man. Coventry has, from what I understand, they have 3 quarterbacks over there, and they're all going to be fighting for that starting position. You have Coach Barrows' son, you know, Coder. You know, he's going to be over there competing for a position. You know, you have the second string. I can't recall his name, but we have a lot of great things going on over there. And then we have the quarterback Jones, who's been over there under center, and he's hoping to win out the starting position with experience. But Coventry is definitely going to have an uphill battle against them. But this is Coventry is a team that I want to do an episode all by itself, because, you know, we'll talk a little bit about Anthony Alejandro and how he got to where he is right now. Westerly Bulldogs, man, you know, Landon Husserow played great as a freshman quarterback last season, coming into his sophomore season. A lot of talks. Is Landon going to be around for his junior season, or is Landon going to end up at a prep school? There's a lot of talk that he could be going to prep, but if you know Westerly kids, they don't leave Westerly. So we'll have to wait to see what happens with that one, man. We talked about the top quarterbacks in Rhode Island high school football, and number 4 coming out of Broncos, man. Logan Julinas. Some people remember a few years ago his older brother Jake Julinas, that went on to UMass Dartmouth and then joined the Rhode Island State Police Academy, and now he's a Rhode Island State Police trooper. You know, but now his younger brother Logan is now ready to fill in Jake's shoes. But I remember Jake. What do you have? 5,000 yards, 73 damn touchdowns. Did you hear me? 5,000 yards, 73 touchdowns. Amazing. Go back and look up the numbers. I think Burrville that year had like 600 points. It was crazy. And then the number 2 quarterback that I had in that ranking was Landon Husserow coming out of Westerly. Now, these quarterbacks, I went where you had to be a starter last year or play some type of starting position under center. And then number 3, we go over to St. Ray's, Tasheed Brown. You know, Club Charlie football, salute to you. He came in last season, you know, and a lot of people think that he's going to be starting this season. And then we hear St. Ray's brought in a quarterback from Seekonk, Mass. And by what a lot of people are saying, that it's he could be the starting quarterback over there at St. Ray's, which gives us to a very interesting thing what Tasheed Brown and his family is going to do, because you only have 4 years of high school football to actually play under center. You know, so we have incredible talent in Rhode Island. And then, you know, when I came up with the number 4, it was between the Cranston West quarterback and the Johnston High School quarterback. And I just went with the Johnston quarterbacks. I've seen him play a little more, you know, and then the 5th spot I would give to the Cranston West quarterback. And if I had a number 6, you know, Grenier was also going to be talked about, you know, but I just want to take a moment to celebrate some great talent we have at Rhode Island High School football, especially at the quarterback position. This year's class, you know, we're going to wait to see. I think we're going to have Jolinas. We're going to have Husero up there at the top. Tasheed Brown, we're dependent if he plays over at St. Ray's or not. Is he going to transfer? Is he going to go to Florida? Is he going to end up at Central? You know, but like I said, after watching Logan's brother, Jake, set the record, that seems almost crazy, with over 5,000 passing yards, 73 touchdowns, and more than 600 points. It's curious to see what his younger brother is gonna do. But, you know, trained by his toughest critic, his father, Coach Robert Jelinas. Did I say it right, Rob? Logan is ready to carve out his own legacy on the field, he said. Don't worry about what his older brother did. Now it's Logan's turn to carve out his own legacy. But he's not only the quarterback that we're watching this season. We already talked about Landon Husero, a great talent out of Westerly. Last season as a freshman, I think Landon passed for over 1,800 yards, and that's an impressive for any freshman, 23 touchdowns, and finishing the season with about 2,000 yards and 25 total touchdowns. But we'll definitely come back tonight at 5 o'clock to talk to you about all this and more. And again, tribute to Coach Bell tonight, 5 o'clock. Don't miss it.
I just want to take a moment to send my condolences to Coach Art Bell's family, his former teammates, and most importantly, his student athletes that he cared so deeply about. Coach Bell was a great guy. I got to know him a little bit over the last few years. Hall of Fame, legendary coach at Rhode Island. Multiple successful campaigns in different places, from Middletown to Salve. I know some people really well that coach with Coach Bell, and they always raved about him as a person, his work ethic. Just a great guy to be around. I got to know him a little bit over the years, and I know he cared a lot about his student athletes. He cared about winning, and he was very passionate about the game of football. He will be sorely missed. I consider him a colleague, a friend, a mentor. Always was successful no matter where he coached, at multiple stops in high school and college. Just a living legend in Rhode Island. So my condolences to his family, the communities that are impacted by his loss, and he was a great one in Rhode Island, a Hall of Fame coach.
All right, well, we'll be back at 5 o'clock to talk about all of this.
That's the bad guy. Bad guy. Bad guy. That's the bad guy. The bad guy. The bad guy. Commission. The bad guy. The bad guy. The bad guy.
Load up that queen.
I love what Mikey does. Sometimes I'm like, yo, you over the edge, TMZ with it. But
the boy gonna do you something nasty.
I hate to say it, more times than not, he get the results he wants.
Right, and to be honest with you, I honestly don't think it's over. Honestly, I think exactly what this state needs. We've always needed a platform where we can call out the nonsense,
the repercussions,
and you know, give people the props that they deserve, and call out the people who are full of it. And honestly, I think that more and more people are starting to utilize Mike's platform for that. You know, and honestly, I know a lot of folks. You know, a lot of people talk to me, "Oh, Emerson, like you're on there and you talk this and you talk that," and I'm like, "Listen," I said, name one thing that he's been wrong about. And then there's silence.